What's up, everybody? It's Michael Wiley here, back at you with another video. And I know I said that I was going to do like 90 days of videos, and that's true, but I missed yesterday. So how I'm going to make up for that is I'm going to do 2 videos today. So what I'm going to be talking about in this video is how you can use PropStream, because people have been asking, can you wholesale mobile homes as well as, real estate? And the answer is, hell yeah, you can. You can use PropStream to find some motivated sellers. Now, in my previous video, which should be right there, I basically gave you the definition of what a motivated seller is. Everybody tap dances around, the topic of what a motivated seller is. The thing about that is that they're just a person who is desperate to sell the home, right? These are the people that you want to reach out to and work with. And PropStream is an excellent way to go on ahead and do that, right? Now, before I begin this, right, I'm going to need you to go on ahead, put the blowtorch to that like button, subscribe, comment, share, become a part of the notification gang, hit that bell. And now we can go on ahead and start. Part of wholesaling, right? Now, there's, like I said before, there's several different types of flips that you can do. There's the handyman special pass off. There's the entire flip, which is some of the stuff that you guys have seen me do. And then there's also the wholesaling aspect of it, whereas, you may or may not be involved in doing anything to the house when it comes down to rehab. But a lot of the times, depending on what the home looks like, you might not have to. So half of that is finding a buyer. And in the next video, I'm going to be talking about how to find eager buyers on here. We're just going to be dealing with sellers in this video, right? You can find buyers for mobile homes all the time. That's not a problem, right? I've shown you plenty of ways that you can do that. I know I've talked about Facebook and Craigslist in the past, MH Village and everything like that. The thing about PropStream is this, right? You have these things called MLSs, right? You're probably familiar with this, but if you're not, an MLS stands for multi-listing service. A multi-listing service that you're probably already familiar with, a couple of them would probably be like Redfin, Zillow.com, Realtor.com, something like that, right? Where they just have a bunch of listings in one place. MH Village isn't any different from that, right? It's an MLS. But the cool thing about PropStream is that if there's a property, what PropStream does is it pulls in information and resources from all these places. So you're getting a lot more information in one place. And the cool thing about that is that, yeah, do some deals happen on Zillow and Realtor.com and Redfin and MH Village and stuff? Those deals do take place. But you wouldn't believe how many of those deals actually take place behind the scenes using a service like this, to where you can actually find a mobile home and you're basically connecting that seller with that buyer. You're the middle person, of course, because you're doing the wholesale, right? And you want to put that thing up under contract and you want to go ahead and make yourself some money. Hot waffy. Now, before I head over here to PropStream, I'm going to tell you right now that PropStream does cost $99 a month, right? It's not that big of a deal when you compare it to the gains and stuff you could possibly get each month. Like if you're making an extra $5,000 or $10,000 a month using these methods right here, $99 a month is just something that you're going to have to consider. You're going to have expenses, let's put it that way. So it's a good investment. But they do give you a 7-day free trial that you can take advantage of. So I would advise you going over there and burn that thing up right now. So let's get over there and get into it. So I got on my screen here, right? This is just, a regular map that we're looking at here in the South. We got the entire United States. You got to be able to find a seller because, you can find buyers and stuff all day. That's easy to do. But if you don't find nobody to get the doggone home from, you'll fall flat on your face every time. So I'm just going to put in Montgomery. Now look, because I live in the state of Alabama, right? That's why I'm using this. This is the place where I operate out of. This can work with any city that you live in, depending on the composition, right? And also understand that because we're dealing with mobile homes, it might be beneficial for you to put in the county, right? Like seriously, like you can put in your county, right? So let's say, for instance, right, this is a large city and zoning laws are going to be set up in such a way that may or may not allow for a lot of mobile homes within that city. You might just find a lot of them in your more rural areas on the outskirts of the city right here, right? But I'm gonna start off with the city and see what that yields for me. And if that doesn't yield me favorable results, then I'm probably gonna use the entire county, or just going ahead and just put a bunch of zip codes off in there and see what I can get. So we're with the city right now. And just by me putting in the city, I see that there's 88,720 unique property listings just in this area alone. So there's a lot of stuff going on up there in Monkey Town, right? If you're watching this video and you from the Gump or something like that, man, go ahead and leave it off in the comments, man. I'll make sure I pin it up top. We got this right here. Now what we're gonna start doing is we got like MLS, we got 1,308 MLS listings. So that means that at least 1,308 of these right here are actually out there on other MLSs, like I said before, Realtor.com, Redfin, so on and so forth. 36 pre-foreclosures, auctions, bank-owned, 14,000 cash buyers, so on and so forth. So they give you a lot of information here. What I'm gonna do here is, how do we start filtering all this stuff out? Now what we do, this is where the magic takes place at, right? So what we're gonna be looking for are people who it might be beneficial for them to get a cash buy, right? To sell their property that they're sitting on right now. And a prime candidate for somebody like this might be somebody who is formerly a landlord. Like that's how I got one of my first deals. And I'll put a link for that video somewhere up in here somewhere. It'll pop up, I'm sure. So the guy that I bought that mobile home from, it was him and his wife out there. They were older. They stayed out in the rural area outside of my city, and they had like several mobile homes in their backyard. This was not a park. It was just a guy who had some mobile homes on his own land. Now, by the time I had gotten there, he had gotten rid of several of those mobile homes, and there was only one left. But the way he had explained everything to me was that the people were out there pretty much just drinking and smoking at all hours of the night. And him and his wife had gotten tired of it. So once they went on ahead and got the last person up out of there, they were just selling the mobile homes, and they wanted to live out their twilight years in peace. You know what I mean? Plus also get a little bit of money and stuff for the grandkids, because Black Friday was coming up. So I get it, right? So these people were landlords who were just tired of being landlords. And so they're prime candidates for something like what we got to do right here. So what you want to do is you want to go over here, and it's owner occupied. No. Now, what does this mean right here? All right. Now, when I say owner occupied, it means that they do own it, but they don't stay in the property. Now, when I clicked that, we went down from 88,000 to 42,000. If you'll notice that anytime I do something over here, it's going to affect that number over here, because this is a numbers game. We're trying to drill down to the deals, right? Now, when you're dealing with lots of different types of like traditional real estate, like multi-family homes, single family homes, bigger or smaller condos and stuff like that. Of course, you're going to have a lot more real estate diversity. When it comes down to mobile homes, your options will be fewer, so you won't have to do as much drilling like that as you will. Because believe it or not, I mean, not every mobile home is going to be on this thing, but it's still a great resource for you to be able to use. And I'm going to show you how to get this done. So occupancy status, I'm not going to bother with this because it might or may or may not have renters in it at this point. I really don't care. I really just want to come and approach the owner of this property, right? So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to toggle this down as well. Property characteristics. So remember, anytime that I change something over here, you want to watch this number and see what happens. So we have 42,484. All right, so I'm going to hit residential here, because believe it or not, sometimes people's offices and stuff could be mobile homes as well too. All right, so we want residential. And we saw how that number changed ever so slightly, but we're going to make it change a lot more. So I'm going to type in over here. You see over here, they've got like single family condos out, multifamily, for, regular families and bigger multifamily units and everything like that. But they've got lots of different stuff down here. I'm just going to type into this little search bar up here. This is going to be, I'm just going to type in Moby because it's going to pop up. So mobile home, 455 properties. And I'm also going to check this one too, because this one might be in a park. All right, so we got 749 right here. Now, I could drill down even further, but I'm just gonna leave that be for the time being, but we're gonna go over a couple of other methods that you can use in order to do this, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back off into PropStream and I'm gonna show you how you can dwindle it down, because I want to make sure that the home has been owned a certain amount of time. So we're gonna drill that down even further, because I don't want people in this listing who may have just bought their home or something like that, because I mean, there's almost no chance in hell of getting a deal and being able to put that thing up under contract. Am I right, folks? I'm right, of course. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here to ownership info. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do two things, right? I'm gonna type in what we get from, like, I don't know, let's say about 5 years of ownership. Let's see what happens there. So we got 728. Okay, now I'm gonna type in, I'm gonna get rid of that and I'm gonna type in 10. All right, so now we're down to about 650, right? So these are mobile homes that are gonna be, you know, they've been owned for about 10 years or so. And, you know, a mobile home that's 10 years old is probably gonna need some maintenance and everything like that in it, but not a lot. But it varies, because I mean, 10 years could easily put into a category a home that's been owned for 20 or 30 years, right? But we just put in the bare minimum of 10. You can actually take all of these unique properties and everything and save them onto a list. And then you can actually skip trace these people. You know, you can either hit them up through an email, you can send out a postcard, you can do all that stuff right here from PropStream. Very easy to do. All right, so now another method that you might want to check out too is somebody who might have been trying to sell their home and they were for some reason unable to do so. Maybe they had it on the market or something like that and they were asking way too much for the property. Maybe the home needed some maintenance or something like that, and you know, it just wasn't attractive to people, which in that case also they would have been asking way too much for the property and it would have been too much of a hassle or something like that. We don't know, but we just want to go on ahead and try to put this in here. So I'm gonna hop back on here and I'm gonna show you how to get that done as well, right? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna hit clear all. Then I'm also gonna put back in Montgomery. Then I'm going to toggle this down again. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight to property characteristics. I'm going to go to residential. I'm gonna put in mobile homes again. And I'm gonna tap this one and I'm gonna tap that one. And then that gives us 1,107. But here's where the magic comes into play here, folks. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slide down here. God dang it, I hate that thing. So anyways, we're gonna slide down here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put fail right here, right? Boom, we're gonna put fail. And if you want to get more specific with this, you can put like days on the market, you know, for like 60 or something like that. We've only got about 8 properties over here, but these things right here were listed on an MLS at one point in time, right? So with that being said, you know that these things right here were on a multi-listing site and they did not sell for some reason or another. It's possible that some of them probably look like shit. We're gonna take a look at some pictures right now and I'm gonna let you go ahead and determine that for yourself. But I'm gonna leave that right there alone. Like I said, you can put days on the market if you want to, but I'm not gonna do that because I've got 8 properties here. So I'm gonna look at this one first. They've got 31 pictures up. Looks like a pretty decent home. Oh, they got double pictures and everything in here. Looks all right though. Got some wear and tear on the cabinets and stuff like that right here, but looks like a pretty solid home if you ask me. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that wouldn't be too hard of a sell. And also, it looks like the owner is also deceased, so that's probably going to be a pre-probate kind of a deal right there. Might be able to snatch that thing on up for, you know, obviously less than what it's, you know, listed for. And I hate to say it like this, but I mean, hell, the sale of that place right there might actually cover some funeral expenses or something. You never know. Hate to put it that way, but I mean, hell, it just is what it is. All right, I'm gonna take a look at this one right here. It's gonna be the last one I'm gonna look at. And it looks like garbage, but I will say this right here. It should go without saying that the newer the mobile home is, the more money you can get for it, but that also could possibly mean that your profit margins might be a little slimmer, because newer mobile homes do tend to cost more from people, and the amount of markup that you can give it is probably going to be affected by that, right? So if somebody's wanting hell, they got mobile homes and stuff moving out now that was like $250,000, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, But hey, that's the way things are going right now, right? Lumber prices and everything skyrocketed. A lot of people took a hit. Doesn't matter if you're dealing with mobile homes and also, traditional homes. Everybody's taking a hit. But I'll say this right here, right? This looks like a 70s model mobile home. And people might be like, well, Michael, how the hell do you know that? Well, I've been dealing with mobile homes for about 4 years. And when I look at a mobile home, I can pretty much gauge when that thing was made, okay? I could tell by the structure of it, the windows and everything like that. Of course, there's no inside pictures in the place. However, in my area, I would never deal with the 70s model mobile home. I mean, there just wouldn't be any money in it for me. Funny thing about that is if you go to Florida and if the mobile home is a 70s model and it's well kept, you can still get about 60 for it. I mean, real estate down there, whether it be traditional real estate or alternative real estate, is just bananas, right? So that's about the size of it for that. So like I said, you can go on here, you can play around with your filters and everything. I'm going to be doing like a whole series on this PropStream kind of thing. And yes, like I said, PropStream is $99 a month. But at the exact same time, right, what you want to do is you want to go on over there and you want to burn up that 7-day free trial that they give you. Get on over there, set it up. Doesn't cost you a dime to get on over there and set up your 7-day free trial. Burn it up, man. Try to find yourself some deals. Also, I'll say this as well too, right? Because there's so many people that are using this. Don't get me wrong. You need to get in on this hustle and stuff right now while it's sweet, because there's going to be, a lot of clowns that's going to show up as well too, right? There's two types of people in this world, okay? There's hustlers and then there's customers, all right? So when I say that, this is what I mean. You got individuals like myself and like you are, like I'm hoping you are, right? You're building for the future, maybe for your family and everybody else, and that's great. But then you got those fly-by-night jokers out there who want to come in, see a hustle, get paid and stuff real quick. They want to put some rims on their car and everything and be riding around like, like it's all good and everything, right? They're going to be here today and they're going to be gone tomorrow. They got no longevity. Your goal is to go on ahead and survive and outlast your rivals. So when it comes down to that, what you have to do is put yourself in a position now, because there's going to be a lot of people who could potentially mess up some deals for you in the future because they've just had, some bad dealings and stuff with some investors before. All right. Unfortunately, that does happen. My ex-business partner was that way. He was like one of those come in, get the cash and head for the hills kind of guys. You know what I mean? And that's never cool. You got to think about how that makes people feel in the long run. So with that being said, folks, I'm gonna need you to go on ahead and destroy that like button one more time. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and become a part of the notification gang. I'm not being sponsored by PropStream at all. So what I want you guys to do is go down in the description. There'll be a link to PropStream where you can go and check this stuff out for yourself. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking about how to use this right here. In this video, we talked about how to find sellers. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how to find buyers on there. So that's what we're going to focus on in the next video. And of course, you already know that if you want to work with me and stuff and set up a meeting and everything, I'm going to put a link down there in the description as well, where you can follow along with a quick video. Like I said, man, I hate the hell out of long webinars and everything. You can just go there and watch a short video, answer a questionnaire, and then you can set up a call with me. We'll hop on the phone. My energy is good, and I hope yours is too. It's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. I'm just messing with you. I'll see you in the next video, man. The hell up out of here. Peace.